I like that song, you know. Anyway, how are all you hardcores doing this drizzly morning in South Yorkshire? Not looking good, is it? I've just arrived. Somebody kept not tweeting me, what they call it in, getting in touch, saying, Pokey, we want a car video, Right, you can have your car video. Yeah, he's in there now.
Is it?
Yeah, do you want car to get it cold? Yeah, I'll open it quick. Kevin's not there, Dave's in. I think Kev will be on his way now. Alright. Dave's office is downstairs. Yeah, so we've done I forgot, I've just brought my concentration on that now. Yeah, so I've had a few people get in touch saying they want a car video, so there you go, you can have your car video. I could do with getting this car clean, to be honest. It's getting dirty, but it's winter, isn't it? I had a text this morning off my friend Dale Nichols. I'm going to read it out actually because I think it sums up. Okay, going. Yeah, I'm all right, Justin. I actually found that other packet of that coffee that you sent me. It's gorgeous coffee, isn't it? It's a bit out of my price range, but for what it is. But yeah, it's nice. So I'm all right for that stuff at the moment, and tea bags and that. But I'll let you know if I run out, mate. I'm not one of the people that's just gonna be saying, "Oh, send me this, send me that." I know you're a big company and that, but it's nice for you to send stuff. All right, mate. Thanks very much. I'll get Dale Nichols' text up this morning, what he sent me, and I think it sums up everything that's going on at the moment. I'm going to put my glasses on here, only my driving glasses, but I'm blind as a bat. Had enough, mate, to be honest. They're going in cheap on Wilder, Tyson and Whyte to avoid them, to justify Big Baby Miller fight. I agree that's why they're giving, that's why Joshua, don't forget it's his show, that's why they're lowballing Tyson, Whyte and Wilder. They're lowballing them so they say no, and then Eddie Hearn can say, well, that's why we've got to fight Miller. Well, why don't you put Miller on at Wembley, Eddie? Because he knows that the fans are not going to put up with that in England, so he can go to America and put that fight on in America, and they give all tickets away, don't they, for stuff like that in America, and he can say, well, it's Joshua's American debut, blah de blah. But I have a sneaky feeling, right, after thinking about it last night, that he's lowballed Tyson, Wilder and Whyte, the big three I call them now. He's not going to go near Ortiz. He didn't want to fight him when Eddie Hearn had him on books. We're now going to be hearing things like, well, we've offered the guys the money, the price in the south side at fight, so now we're going to have to deal with a backlog of mandatories. So let's look at it like this. They're going to go the mandatory route, which is going to be Pulev and people like that, you know, people that are, you know, C-class fighters. Pulev's a European level guy, isn't he? Maybe B-class then. Maybe B-class Pulev, but they're not elite, are they? You know, he's not world class, is he? But so, and Eddie keeps giving Whyte pay-per-views to keep him sweet, Dale says. I agree with that as well. Yeah, he is giving he is giving Whyte pay-per-views to keep him sweet, because I can imagine Dillian Whyte going into the matchroom office and, you know, he's quite a menacing character, isn't he? Don't forget, he's Dillian Whyte's world kickboxing champion, wasn't he? We get world kickboxing champion, wasn't he? Or European kickboxing. He can obviously fight, can't he? If Dillian Whyte had a street fight with Joshua, he'd win 10 times out of 10, wouldn't he? So, but yeah, he's keeping him sweet with pay-per-views and keeping him sweet. And the longer they don't make the AJ fight, Whyte's popularity is growing. Yeah, that's it. They're building Whyte up into a star. And if anything happens with AJ, they'll get Whyte out there. He'll be a world champion soon, Whyte. Eddie will find a route for him. And it's a great story, isn't it? From small old shows to world champion. I think he'll get there. His popularity's going. It should be Tyson or Wilder next. No excuses yet. But there's not a boxing fan out there that wouldn't take the Whyte fight over Chippy Tits Baby Miller fight. Yeah, I can see that. If it were a choice between Dillian Whyte's, he's the third choice in all this, isn't it? It's Wilder, Tyson, they're 1 and 2, aren't they? Choice for Joshua, or 2 and 1. And whatever way you want to look at it. Whyte's the third choice. And it looks like it's Miller, but why don't they put Miller in with Ortiz? I mean, who is Big Baby Miller's best win? Career light heavyweight Thomas Adamek, 42-year-old, is that his best win? Do you know what I mean? Look at, but AJ's best win's 41-year-old Vladimir, 18-month on couch. I thought I were going to say settee then, didn't you? But I said couch. But it stinks, Dale goes on to say, and he then says AJ is hiding something, probably glass. Yeah, he probably is hiding glass. Yeah, I mean, Davey Price knocked Joshua out cold at EIS, and I mean cold. They had to get smelling salts. Joshua says, I carried on the training session after. Yeah, he did, to save face, but he didn't get it ring. He sat on an exercise bike, because my mate told me. But Eddie knows Whyte is improved and that Wilder wipes him out. And Tyson, yeah, Eddie knows Whyte's improved and Wilder wipes AJ out, and Tyson makes AJ look silly. So they are 3 hard fights for Joshua. You'd think he'd pay Dillian Whyte the proper money, wouldn't you? Well, after all that chit chat as well, after Chisora fight from Joshua, and he goes and low balls him. He doesn't want any of them free, does he? The fighter employs the trainer and the promoter. It's his decision. Yeah, it's all down to Joshua, this. I can't really blame Eddie Hearn, really. It's down to Joshua and his team. Now, Joshua's team, you've got to understand how it works. They're all going to want the gravy train never to end, aren't they? They don't want this to end. If it ends, where do they all go? They're not millionaires, are they? A couple of them might have made $1 million, but once you get a taste for money, once you get a taste in life for good money, you want the next bit of money. Once you get 10 grand saved, trust me, you want 50. When you get 50, you want 100. Trust me, that's how it works. Now these people, they're not talking in like that kind of money. They're talking like in the millions, aren't they? They've probably got $1 million or a couple of million, then they want another $1 million. And their lifestyles keep improving and they want more and more and more. And they just keep on wanting more. Now, Joshua's surrounded himself with people that he can control. He's got a team his age, apart from McCracken, the rest of them are his age. Now, Robert McCracken likes a pound note, doesn't he? Now, they're going to come out with things like it's a bigger fight in 2 years. They're going to want to keep picking up. Well, Robert McCracken's on like 1.52 million a fight. He's not going to want that to be took away from him, is he? He's setting his family up, isn't he? They've all got families and mortgages, and you don't know what's going on in the background. It's the fighters that. The fighters, in a way, I kind of feel sorry for Joshua. But Eddie Hearn should be saying to him, look, you're going to have to do this, but Joshua's his own man now, isn't he? You know, he manages himself. He has advisors. You know, he's probably got a lot of pressure on around him, and you know, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's money, and it's all down to money, and you know, the people that are advising him they're not doing the job right. They're not doing the job right, I don't think. They've got to fight Whyte, Wilder or Fury next. If they don't, and they go Pulev or Miller, be shocking. They couldn't even fight Luis Ortiz, but he didn't want to fight him 3 years ago, did he? So he's not going to want to fight him now, is he? He didn't want to fight him over 3 years ago. So what's changed since then? He doesn't sell a ticket, he's Cuban, he's a slick southpaw, and he gave Wilder nightmares. But the Wilder's equaliser got him out of trouble. Same as his equaliser got him out of trouble with Tyson Fury. Because Tyson gave him nightmares, didn't he? Now Joshua's not as slick as Ortiz, and he's definitely not as slick as Tyson Fury. Now Joshua struggles with his southpaws. He struggled with Rob Camarelli in Olympics and struggled with him in World Championships. So he's going to swerve southpaws. He hasn't even got his style right to fight orthodox guys. He's got no head movement. Tyson would pick him apart, and I think Eddie Hearn knows that. Wilder would get to him at some stage and knock him out because he's a bit weak round chin. He's not going to want them. And now Dillian Whyte's got his man strength, hasn't he? And he's an improved fighter, and that's an hard fight. That's an hard fight for Joshua, so he's going to stay away from the big three. The big four, if you count Ortiz. Who's it leave? Miller and Pulev. We're going to go our mandatory route. It's become shocking. So I'm starting now. I'm going to have an heart attack. Count to 10, Russ. Count to 10. But it is what it isn't. But I keep trying to move that with my hand. Oops. But yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's boxing, isn't it? It's boxing at its rawest. Well, what can I do? What can we do? It's one of them things. It's boxing, isn't it? At its rawest. I saw a couple of interviews with Amir Khan last night, and I like Amir Khan. I also like Kell Brook as well. They're both nice kids. Somebody's commented, give me a bit of stick, saying, well, like Pete Williams. Good old Pete Williams. Pete Williams has become my personal stalker, hasn't you, Pete? Saying that I said something about Kell Brook. I said there shouldn't be pay-per-views, but I said Kell Brook should have one. Look, I don't agree with pay-per-view. Full stop. I think that promoters should promote the fights and sell out arenas and get fighters more money and take less money themselves. But if that's how pay-per-view is going, Kell Brook, if he fights Amir Khan, is a pay-per-view fight. There's no ifs or buts about it. It's a pay-per-view fight. It's just one of them things. It's a pay-per-view fight. And I think Amir Khan and Kell Brook, if they get it on at end of the year, it's pay-per-view. There's not anybody can do about that. So, it is pay-per-view. It's a pay-per-view fight. And people need to get behind these fights. I mean, the Kell Brook one, the Kell Brook fight, right, against Amir Khan, that's going to be pay-per-view all day, innit? I don't like pay-per-view like anybody else, but when you've got Chris Eubank, who's British level, against James DeGale, who ain't got a world title and he's on the slide, when that's £20 pay-per-view for no world title or an IBO vacant, if that's pay-per-view, Brook Khan's going to be paid for you, isn't it? When you've got Olympic silver medalists. I know De Gale had a gold medal, didn't he? But you've got Amir Khan, they beat 10 world champions. James De Gale, who's he beat? Caleb Truex and Boutte. That's it. He beat Deddleton, and jury's out whether he was IBF champion or not, whether they upgraded him when De Gale were injured or not. So let's say he's got 3 wins on his record, De Gale. Amir's got 10 wins, hasn't he? So, do you know what I mean? It's just how it's gonna. It's just how it's going, isn't it? But no way back, that. I figured out how to work my sunroof or panoramic roof, wherever they are. When I used to have a Capri back in the day, I had a D-Reg Capri Laser 1.6 with about 39 Fahrenheit clock. About 4-year-old it was, and I used to have to go like that and wind it. But yeah, I just want to see good fights. I'm just like any other crazy hardcore fan. That I just want to see good fights. I mean, I am at Dennis's last show, didn't I, on channel? And I sent him it. And Dennis's reply at the time, because we weren't really talking, and he just said, "Well, why don't you go put your dough up? Go put that dough up, Russell, and have a go yourself." And but I think he knew it was Pony's last show, wasn't it? Did you see it? I just told it straight. I mean, I'm not up anybody's backside. People say, "Oh, you didn't hammer Hughie Fury in Bulgaria. He got cut early, didn't it? Game plan went out window. Get over it." You know, all you people who were saying, "Oh, you've got to hammer him," blah blah blah. Even some of my friends were saying, "You've got to hammer him." Hughie didn't. Hughie had an off night, didn't he? He had a bad night at office. But it was a bad cut. The one in sparring off Bacoli was shocking. It was shocking, and it opened up even worse on night. And you know, when referee says to your trainer, "If it gets any worse, I'm going to stop it," you've got to throw caution to the wind, haven't you? You're in a lot of trouble. But yeah, I want to see good fights. I want to see AJ fight Wilder. He keeps going on about era. Wilder, I want to see him fight Wilder twice or 3 times. Fury twice. I think twice enough. 3 trilogies. I've never been a big fan of trilogies. I think it's just milking it. I like to see him fight Fury and Wilder twice. I'd like to see him fight Ortiz once. I don't want to see Miller fight. I have no interest for that, and I won't buy pay-per-view. And who's gonna get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and pay for that? And I don't want to see him fight Pulev, to be honest, even though it's his mandatory. If Eddie Hearn starts coming out with this mandatory talk, do what you always do, Eddie. Get an exemption, because that's what they're there for. Get in touch with Lindsay Tucker at the IBF. He will give you an exemption. I know Lindsay Tucker, Eddie, and I can assure you he'll give you one. But you're not going to do that, are you? You're going to say, "We want to get it out of the way and milk another date," like you kept doing with Christopher Eubank. 19 world title wins. Only 4 were any good. Or what other 15? Same as Frank Warren did it with Calzaghe. 22 title wins. Only 8 were former champions. Or what other 14? See where I'm coming from? So, but if Joshua were caring about the fans, what he'd do, he'd come out and he'd say, "I've got 4 belts and I got them by the lottery. I didn't beat Tyson Fury for them 4 belts, but I've got 4 belts. Now, I don't want to do 50-50 because I'm a massive draw in England." And Joshua is a massive draw, so let's give him his credit. But for this once, I'm going to do a 50-50 with Wilder, but it's got to be in England. It's got to be a ring size I want, my gloves, I'm walking second, they can have all the lot. But let's give Joshua his 50-50. Just this once. Because he wants that belt for the 5th belt. He's talking legacy. Give him the 50-50. Fight Wilder. And just do it that once. If you beat Wilder, you've got all the belts across the board. Then you can cash in for good. You can do the 90%, 10%. You can pay everybody 3 million and you can have 30 million. You could do that, but just do it that once. That's what my friend Terry said to me in a voicemail. Just do it that once, 50-50, because you want all the belts, and then that's it. You're never ever doing it again. But you're not going to do that, is he? And McCracken and all them are not going to let him go near Wilder. Now, if they were going to let him go near Wilder, they would have done when the 50 million were on the table. That's how they knew that they didn't want to fight them. Now, when you're getting 20 million a fight and then you're offered 50 and you bottle it, the writing's on the wall, innit? And then we all knew, didn't we, really, that he didn't want to fight anybody. You're going to get Joshua fans who don't agree with me, but the guy's got no testicles, has he, really? You know, testicles, gonads. He ain't got any. You know, we all know he's a bully. But he ain't got no testicles. He's not fighting anybody. He ain't got a date. He's backed into a corner. And like I said, if he don't fight them top three, they're just going to mask it. They're going to use Adam Smith, Mr. Spin Doctor. Eddie Hearn's going to be working overtime with Kugan Cassius and Rob Tebbett and all them. They're all going to be in Eddie's pocket. He's going to smooth it all with all of them. And he's going to use all his connections in the media. Because you know that media, right? And I can understand this. Because these media guys, they've all got... They're not fortunate, are they, like me? They've all got... They all need the money from the channels and the newspapers and whoever pays them. These media guys, they know that they can only ask certain questions, don't they? And they can't be overcritical. They know that. Now, what you're going to get soon, you're going to get Gareth Davis, Trish Dixon, Adam Smith, Johnny Nelson. You're going to get people like that saying, Wilder didn't want it, Fury didn't want it, Whyte didn't want it, Ortiz were asking stupid money, we've got to go mandatory route, oh, we're going to make us an American debut, oh, Joshua can retire. But the people around him, they're not going to let him retire, are they? They're not going to do that. So, but anyway, I'm tired about talking about this now. I'm going to do some new material in the next video. It's become boring, hasn't it? I'm even starting to bore myself with it. And my kids at home. You mentioned Joshua's name, my kids are going, oh, not Femi, Dad, not Femi. And they're 6-year-old, my twins. But right, I'm going to finish off with this. Prediction videos. Get your predictions in. I'm not going to be in it, but I'm going to read my predictions out. But if I go in it and I log on with emails and that, and I win, I've already got all porky clothes, haven't I? Coats, hats, trackies, t-shirts, hoodies. I've got the lot, haven't I? So, porky mugs. Got porky mugs now. So I'm not gonna. I don't need anything, do I? But I'm gonna let you lot hear my you the fans hear my predictions every week, and you can say, "Ah, you got that wrong, didn't you?" Because when I get them right, you don't send out. But what I'm gonna do it properly. I'm gonna show you how to make money out of accumulators, and then you can be fortunate, can't you? Like me. But nice to have a win against bookies, isn't it? But prediction league, send them in. Next TV show shortly, and we'll read them out and see who gets what. We'll read them out and see who gets it every time. We'll see who gets the most, and I'll jot them all down and end the year. But like I said, I'll give you all a goodie bag and some tickets VIP. Alright, if anybody's interested in doing some cameraman work, it's pretty easy. I'll show you how to do it. I've got something lined up, and if you're interested, it'd have to be somebody that I trust. Send me an email if you're interested. You'd have to live in South Yorkshire area, and you know, it'll probably be somebody that I already know. But if anybody's interested in doing it, send me details in, and I'll sort you a few quid out. And it'll only be something like about 10:30, well, about 2:30 or something. That's all it'll be. 10:30 while 2:30, 4 hours. You're probably looking at an hour travelling, so that makes it to 3 hours. An hour in having something to eat. So I like to go have something to eat, a bit of lunch. 2 hours. It'd be 2 hours what I've got. We're just a couple of hours filming, but you know, I'll sort you out for 4 hours and take you for a bit of lunch if anybody's interested. Because I've got a couple of things lined up, but I could do with somebody who's an hardcore boxing fan and want to come with me, and I'll look after you. Alright? Send me your emails, and if you're interested. I've had a couple of people asked to do it, but they were women, and I don't want to get involved in any I don't want to be having women around me as cameramen. It can cause problems, can't it? I want to keep it, no offence against women in boxing, but I just want to keep it as a man filming. Have a boys' afternoon, can't we? Or a boys' 3 or 4 hours. But alright. I think that's about it really. What we're on here, 25 minutes. I think have I mentioned the Amir Khan situation with Brook? Amir Khan and Brook. He looks like he's going to fight Crawford, so that's good, isn't it? If Kell Brook fights Vargas, that's not pay-per-view. And I don't like pay-per-view, but Brook against Vargas is not pay-per-view. But it's a very good Saturday night regular fight. But it's not pay-per-view, but I'd like Kell to get a pay-per-view, but I think only pay-per-view fight for Kell Brook is Chris Eubank Jr. at middleweight. And Amir Khan, the only pay-per-views for Kell, so he'll get 2 fights out the Amir Khan one, trust me. Alright? So I'm off now anyway. So keep on trucking, keep following boxing. Shout out to Justin at the Tea Leaf Company. How are you doing, Justin? I hope you're well, my friend. Shout out to K Official, long time sponsor. I hope you're alright. Paul and Emma and little Lily, keep on trucking and keep supporting this fantastic sport that we love. Oh, I hope volume button's on, it is.